cut back to the year 2006 or 2005, and Stadium Arcadium was coming out, but I didn't know it at the time. And this was when I was in grade 9, so yeah, high school. So that was the first time I ever heard the song Danny California. I thought it was, I saw it on Much Music in the morning. One morning I saw it on Much Music, the music video, and I thought, oh, this is something I'll watch, I guess. And then I watched it, and I'm like, okay, this song is actually pretty decent, but I didn't think of it. And then as time went on, I saw the video over and over again. I'm like, I really like the song. I'm just going to listen to the song constantly. And I'm like, okay, this is actually a really good song to listen to. And then eventually it turned into Snow. Like, eventually the next single, no, wait, I think the next single was Tell Me Baby, and then Snow. But I talked about enough about Snow. Snow is my birthday song. Every time it's my birthday, I just listen to that particular song. And so I just got, during the Stadium Arcadium era, I just got more and more into the Red Hot Chili Peppers outrage. Or the Red Hot Chili Peppers to say. So what happened was, like, I was just so into them that when I ended up getting my first MP3 in grade 10, notice how I said MP3, not iPod, MP3. So when I got my first MP3 ever, I ended up like downloading a whole bunch of Red Hot Chili Peppers songs. The files I still have today, and the files date back to 2007, which I still have. And the last time I had an MP3, which I listen to regularly, I don't listen to any MP3s anymore. I just go out of the house with no music. Last time I did that, all the MP3 files from the Red Hot Chili Peppers were from 2007. Like, I downloaded a few more over time, like a whole bunch, but since 2007, I've been downloading MP3 files for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like, not, like it came down to both LimeWire, FrostWire. Eventually, it just turned into downright YouTube to MP3 source. So yeah, I was pretty much kind of a fanatic, and so the first MP3 I had, it was pretty much FrostWire and LimeWire, and I downloaded a whole bunch of stuff. Like, to the point where it was like mostly Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like, I never deleted any songs from my MP3 from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, except that one time, but that kind of doesn't count. I didn't know what I was doing. It was an accident. But I didn't know what happened until like a couple of days later. So my first MP3 was pretty much 49% Red Hot Chili Peppers and 48 or 47% Tupac, because I wanted that balance. You know, I wanted that balance. Like, if anybody sees my MP3, it's like, okay, he has Red Hot Chili Peppers and Tupac. This guy must be balling, or whatever that saying goes. And so, like, eventually I leaned more to Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I just thought I was posing if I like Tupac. I think Tupac is great. It's just that I'm more of a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan because, like, you know, whatever. And so by the time my aunt got me my second MP3, it was like, okay, no more Tupac. It's just Red Hot Chili Peppers. And so eventually, I ended up, even though I had a lot of songs by them, I just decided to buy an album. And the first album I ever bought was Californication, um, which is something, like, I know this is a bit early, but I am going to do an albums and memories episode on that album. It's going to be a special episode this time. It's not going to be like just putting two albums together and just talking about memories they gave me. No, that particular one is going to be a special episode. And so I remember Californication. Like, I already had like what 6 songs on my MP3 from that album. I'm like, I'm just gonna get this album anyway, and I just breezed through it. I'm like, oh my god, this is actually a really incredible album. And so far, out of all the albums I ever bought, that is the one album I bought at the perfect moment. It was grade 10. It was the last day of school, and I was hanging out with my best friend and his cousin. And again, I'm just going to get into that way later on. So long story short, from high school up until The Getaway, at this point in the video, The Getaway is the most recent album they put out. I bought every single album to varying degrees. I also some points actually ended up just downloading MP3 source, like MP3s of live performances from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I really do enjoy them. Like, they actually brought me moments, like, they are both rocking and they can actually be serious, and they have lyrics of self-doubt and self-deprecation at times. And yeah, their lyrics can be a bit goofy, and some of their songs don't age particularly well. I'm Looking at You, first three albums. Although I'm a big fan of their second, I am a fan of their second album. Honestly, I really like their second album. I don't know why. I mean, I like their fourth album is actually better, but apparently the second album just gets to me a little bit more. But yeah, I got into the Red Hot Chili Peppers just because it all started with one song, which is Danny California. And for some very strange reason, I don't know why, but even though I know Danny California is the first song I ever heard by them, I'm pretty sure, I swear, I'm not sure, think I think that Give It Away might have been there, but I think this was before I heard of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm not sure, but now I actually am not as big as a fan I was in high school. But you know, everybody changes, everybody's taste changes. I mean, I do albums and memories, and everybody's seen what I have, and it's like, oh my god, what are these? And so, yeah, that's pretty much how I got into the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Just high school and constant downloading MP3s. That's pretty much how everybody else. Illegal downloading through LimeWire and eventually FrostWire. I mean, and yet even though I still have, even though I still have MP3s, I still buy their albums because I want to hear the whole thing sometimes. Sometimes when you really like a musician or an artist, you go get their albums or listen to it on Spotify, and it's like, okay, I want a physical copy. Like, that's why I buy physical copies, because I just really want that. I just really want to hold it in my hands, not have MP3s are fine, but when you hear a CD, there's something about it that just gets to you, and you just hear a lot more of it, just like vinyls, which I won't get a vinyl, not because I'm a hipster, but because there's not enough room in my house. There's not enough room in my house for a vinyl. There's not enough room in this room for a vinyl. But I digress. I would love to do a Red Hot Chili Peppers like rank or retrospective of some kind, but I should probably do something like the Rock Critic did with How to Get Into, but I don't know. I'm not there yet, but I will actually eventually do my favorite to least favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers albums eventually, if I can, because again, I have all their albums and I've listened to all their albums multiple times. Okay, maybe not their first album. I've only listened to their first album like a couple of times, but maybe, just maybe one day, I will actually go listen to, I already have my top 4 Red Hot Chili Peppers albums, so that's fine. It's just that, I just need to organize everything else. I know the first and third album are going to be the bottom 2. I know that for a fact. But, things can change. Rankings can change. Whatever. And, I really actually want to talk about more of their albums, but because of the albums and memories reviews I do, or episodes I do, it's going to be a bit hard. I'm just going to say something about an album that was underappreciated, which was One Hot Minute. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I heard about One Hot Minute and the bad reputation it got, I'm like, I'm not listening to this. I'm not listening to this album because of the bad reputation. There's no John Frusciante, there's no Hillel Slovak or anything, because Hillel Slovak died. So, and then when I heard One Hot Minute, I'm like, okay. It's like, okay, but I heard the song Warped, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put this song on my MP3, and that's it. Then I heard Aeroplane, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put this song on my MP3, and that's it. Then I heard Tearjerker, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put this song on my MP3, and that's it. And then I heard My Friends, and then I heard P, and then I heard Transcending. I'm like, okay, that's it. These are the only songs that are going to be on my album. And then I eventually bought the album, and I listened to it. I'm like, damn, I really like this album. Why? Why did I listen to everybody else who said this album was bad? This album is great, underrated but great. I actually like it better than their first 4 albums and their last 2 albums. Yeah, that's right. I like this album better than another John Frusciante album. You have to do really good to actually put the only Dave Navarro Red Hot Chili Pepper album above a John Frusciante album. Granted, the John Frusciante album is Mother's Milk. So yeah, it was the beginning. Then again, I actually liked Freaky Styley better than Mother's Milk. So take that for what it's worth. So that's it for how I got into, and I will do another one soon. So thank you.